Welcome to episode 8 of the DirectWorks podcast, Let's Be Direct. Today, focusing on the industry leading broadband subscriber management system, BroadHub platform created by GLDS, and specifically the impressive integration partnerships that make this platform so powerful for broadband service providers. Today, we're fortunate to have with us an awesome panel representing many aspects and perspectives of this topic. Starting with Amy Meyer, BroadHub's system owner at Fort Collins Connection in the lovely town of city of Fort Collins in Colorado. We have Adam Ross Hill, the Partner Alliance Manager for GLDS, who is the developer of BroadHub subscriber management platform. We have Daryl Chandler, veteran of the telecom industry and broadband consultant. So, being that this is a fairly specific, kind of focused type of a topic, maybe we can zoom out just a little bit to get some context on it. And Adam, maybe you can talk a little bit about BroadHub and the Partner Alliance ecosystem.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to. Thanks, Dan, for having us today. Appreciate that. So GLDS has over 80 different integration partners that we do different service delivery, billing presentment, and lots of interface partnerships with respect to self-care. And we have a awesome partnership industry. It takes many hands for an operator to be able to do what they do through a platform like ours, where data can flow in and flow out to different partners such as Kia, Calix, Adtran, and then do data exchange with partners like yourself, Dan, for billing presentment and things like that. So it's really great, the ecosystem that GLDS does for pre-integrated partners. So the solutions are built with the customer. The first time you go through that, the customer goes through and does a bit of a witness test with us to say, yep, it's what you're doing, and it's ready for customer number two. And Fort Collins was one of those customers that was able to make use of some of those partnerships. And I'll ask Amy to talk about her partnership ecosystem that she has around the GLDS user base.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Dan. Happy to be here. We at Fort Collins Connection started our partnership with GLDS in mid 2021, and the support and partnership we've built with them is amazing. Not just saying that because we're on a podcast, it's true. Um, and as well as the integration partners that GLDS works with that we use. We utilize the integration for Nokia for provisioning internet at our customers' locations, as well as Momentum for phone and Mobi TV for our TV product, which is all seamlessly integrated through GLDS. We're also in the process of bringing Calix on board for customer equipment, and GLDS has a really great partnership and some really nice integration with Calix. We also, of course, partner with DirectWorks, and that has also been an incredible journey. We had a situation back in 2021. We were trying to implement a new billing CIS workforce management system, and we had some issues with that. And so we in a very short time frame, we had to find a replacement. And GLDS is being used by our government partners, Longmont, Nextlight, and Loveland Pulse, and they highly recommended it. And so we did an implementation data conversion in 3 months. and it was quite the roller coaster. But we had support from Dan and his team and Adam and their team to meet this very short time frame.
And that's what's nice about the GLDS partnership network is that we're all coming around for the benefit of the operator. Both Daryl and I have been customers in the past, dating back to 2004 timeframe. Daryl, 2006. You came before, something about that, and it's really evolved with a lot of automation over the years. And what I enjoy day to day, I love talking about automation. I love working with our developers who are in it to win it for operators like you. You mentioned that you had a 3-month conversion, but some of the use cases you use BroadHub for, you have customer onboarding, technician scheduling, as well as dispatch and billing, workforce management, and service delivery. From a subscriber experience, an end user at an operator, so one of your customers, it starts with the journey where they're signing up, and then that goes through the whole workforce management solution, billing system, sign up, dispatch, scheduling. What does that look like for your operations team to be able to make use of automation that really helps power the broadband system that your platform and your company uses?
Operationally, we have a great team here at Fort Collins, and utilizing GLDS and BroadHub has greatly improved our lives by automating so many things that were previously manual. A lot of that through the integration. We have installers that utilize BroadHub Tech, the workforce management platform of GLDS, which allows them to provide better service to our customers as they have all that information in their hands while they're doing an installation.
And then they scan the O&E on the equipment, right, from a truck, and they attach it there, and they press a button. And the button push really goes out and says, "Hey, I'm alive," and sends commands out to your northbound partners of us, your Kias and your Calyxes, and does all the data exchange, right? And that means that they don't have to log in and swivel in the 5 or 6 different disparate systems, and really streamlines that operation for that tech. And from what you had before to what you have now, did you ever get any feedback from your techs on the difference of their day to day?
Oh my goodness, yes. What we had before, we didn't have that automation that press the one button that does all the magic behind the scenes with the GLDS integration. They had to make phone calls to our NOC to do manual provisioning, which was a challenge because the NOC does more than just support our technicians, they support our customers. And so sometimes they would be at a customer site and having to wait 15, 20 minutes to get a hold of somebody in order to provision the ONT. So this has really streamlined that process, made our customers' experience much better, as well as our technicians' lives easier.
That's awesome.
Honestly, if any integration isn't fully automated, then don't even bother. In my opinion, I mean, that's been something that we've looked at from our perspective: is how do we make this so easy, hands off, quick, good reporting, the analytics in the background, and just that whole user experience, not just for the customer, but like you said, Amy, for the operation. How do you grow? I mean, this is an industry that is exploding right now, and exploding in an area where a lot of these organizations are co-ops like yourselves, or governments that have never really done anything like this, that maybe have done some electricity. This is a whole different world, right? So yeah, just sitting back and looking at how these integrations can flourish and can give you the actual bandwidth to provide services, right? It has
part
to be
makes the wheels go around, right? It takes a whole lot of experts to come together to really get it done, make it happen for an operator like yourself. And this is the spirit of the GLDS partnership network is operators and partners coming together with the solution provider ourselves and digging in deep to actually understand what it is that operators do. And we've been leveraging that broadband first experience growing up in the industry since the early 1980s, right? Early days of broadband. We were in there early with cable, and then we transitioned to fiber around 2012. And now it's really interesting because the vast majority of our operator base, our new customers coming on, are all fiber builders. Right? They're looking at what works well in the industry overall, and they're seeing that the solutions that work well. And the cable space works really well also in the DOCSIS space, the fiber space that operators like yourself, Amy, can make use of. But it's interesting at the end of the day, you still have to send the customer a bill, right? And one of the great things about our joint solution is that there's a button press that then takes all the money out of the bank drafts with your EFT file transfers and takes money out of the credit card, sends notifications to the customer that their bill's due. But you work with DirectWorks, who's one of your partners on bill presentment. There's some unique use cases there. Why don't Amy allude to some of those?
Yes, the integration with DirectWorks is incredible. Everything's built in to BroadHub where you can customize your bill based on different criteria. For example, we send different marketing messages on our bill inserts to commercial customers than we do for residential. It's very easy to say this is, I want to go to these customers, I want to go to these customers. Same with, for example, phone customers. If there's a change in taxes and fees, we can easily go into BroadHub, customize a message that goes only to phone customers, and they get that message on their bill. The support from DirectWorks too is amazing. Our account manager is very responsive, and we love hanging out with them at the annual conference in Carlsbad, which is coming up here in May.
It is, yeah. So it's coming up May 6th, the week of May 6th. That's really where we come around you as operators to dig in together. So we have over 30 partners across the industry that are attending this, and over 87 operator attendees this year, which is a fabulous group to come together. We love having the family come home, as we like to call it, and work together. And it's interesting that we have so many different people at GLDS that have been at operators or operators' environments. We're either in a GM role. There's more than two. Daryl is one of those people that works with us that leverage a lot of experience on the GM side. Our support director, Jenna, also at one point was managing an operating company for a cable system. And Daryl, I think you worked really closely with Dan on developing the data exchange with GLDS for bill presentment. To talk about the journey of what that looks like for integration and pre-integration being the first, you could offer some advice to those listeners.
Yeah, he offers us advice today still, so it's
whether it's wanted or not, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I had the pleasure of working with Amy and the Fort Collins crew when we first implemented the invoicing solution at Fort Collins when they switched to GLDS BroadHub. And, I've been working with DirectWorks, I guess, for at least maybe it's 15, maybe even 17 years now. And we went from just printing a PDF flat file bill with DirectWorks, and then really harnessing the power that BroadHub has to export the data components of a bill. We don't export an image of a bill. We actually export all the data related to it. And DirectWorks then puts that together into a beautiful bill that's more of a marketing piece. It is a bill, it's an invoice, I've said before, probably on the other episode we did, that cable companies or ISPs, we love to bill. And that piece of mail or that email that the customer gets every single month from us is our best chance to tell them about something new or tell them about something that's coming up. We can send, and DirectWorks as an integration partner is also great at sending direct mail and targeted mail and other things that operators need to do from time to time in an integrated fashion, such as the invoices do. But it's been great working with them, taking the raw data elements and redesigning the bill to be something completely different than what originally was imagined in the BroadHub ecosystem. So that's the beauty of working with a vendor, an integrated and certified vendor that can take those components and put them together real nicely. And as Amy was saying, targeting different customers with different messages, different graphics, different images. There's multi-company support for those that have other operations or branding or logos that they have to handle. So it comes together really nicely that, and we've heard this from other customers, it's so nice it's all done within BroadHub for the most part. There's no third-party portal that you need to make configuration changes or build your bill somewhere else. Just from BroadHub right into the DirectWorks automated systems, and usually same day, and usually within minutes even, you get proofs back. So that's the fantastic part on the billing integration.
Yeah, well, thank you, Daryl and Amy. I'm blushing here. I don't know if you can tell. It's a big blush. It goes a long way back. So.
But during the old days, right, you printed your bills in an operation environment and you partnered with someone that maybe mailed it for you. Maybe stuffed it for you, and you don't know if it actually got there or not. And Dan, I believe you have technology that helps understand if that bill's been delivered or not, or if that email's been opened.
Yeah, so from an email side for sure, the delivery side we have it. We actually take a picture of every single document that goes past our conveyor just before it goes to USPS, onto the truck to USPS. So we have this document reliability system that we put in place to avoid some very unfortunate things that might have happened many years ago, where first page of a bill got mixed up with somebody else's second page, and this kind of and. So we always look for ways to automate the quality control aspect of it. But yeah, our really what we do is, we talk about this before the podcast even started. I always refer to it as being a respectful bill design. I think you lose a lot of traction with customers when, after you do all the work and everything of converting over to, not necessarily all the work, but if you have all of the thought that goes into, hey, do I want to move over to Fort Collins? And then you go through it, you move over, and everything seems to be coming along nicely. It's all great. Then if you get a bill that just you don't even understand, or doesn't really even at the end of the day clearly tell you what you owe, and we've seen a lot of different variations of bills that do that. So yeah, coming up with the design, Daryl was really helpful with us, helpful in getting us there, and working with a number of the folks at GLDS. I think that was well before your time at GLDS, Adam. And the focus has always been automation, customer focus, right? The one thing I wanted to layer on to the design, and again, I didn't want to get too far into our own products here, but the one thing that I did want to layer on is that we utilize color in our bills, which is something that the big guys will do because they've got the $20 million a year print and email distribution kind of budgets. But where we use it is also, besides the marketing aspect, is also to highlight past due, and to highlight exactly what you owe, and to make sure that the customer can easily and very quickly see what they owe, when they owe it, and how to pay it. It seems basic, but it's something that just seems to get missed with so many of the other billing distribution platforms.
Yeah, I find the process very streamlined. Recently, this for May, we're starting a campaign to try and get people off of paper and onto e-bills. And we had our graphics department create an image for us to put on our bills, and I called Aaron, my account manager, and said, "Can you upload this image for me?" And it was done within minutes, and we're able to easily customize uh, at any time seamlessly.
I mean, a partnership is not a partnership unless it's automated in this industry at the growth and velocity that it has for change.
What kind of time frame did it look like to stand up an integration between BroadHub and turning on a customer like Amy? It's something that's done in
yeah.
like,
I gotta be careful what I say here because a couple of people, maybe one of them in this panel, might even kick me under the table, so to speak, if they're in the room. But the quickest we've ever done it is 3 weeks.
Wow.
So that was from a phone call from an operator, from a current GLDS customer, to the first billing went out.
That's impressive. That's
yeah,
really cool.
but it does, like any integration, it required the attention, focus, dedication of the actual operator, right? Because they were determined, they wanted to make this happen. It went through the ranks really quickly there. Things were signed off, approved, and that was kind of an exception. But I would say it's doable if everybody's engaged. Typically, we'd like to see 6 to 8 weeks. Daryl, maybe.
I was just going to add, the nice thing is the integration's done, meaning when more people want to use the integration, it's more about their specific data set that we're proofing and getting them on board with any changes we need to make in BroadHub just to make it either better than the current bill, or it's not usually a compatibility issue, it's just about improving the bill experience. So Dan and the DirectWorks team have this down to a science, and it's not reinventing the wheel. We've definitely seen some vendors, and we're talking about all vendors and all partnerships and integrations here, but some of them actually it seems like they start from scratch every time you're a new customer. But with DirectWorks, we're starting 50% or 60% of the way done because we know how BroadHub works. We know what the data is going to look like. Now it's just about looking at your data and the operator themselves taking the time to go through the proofs and the forms and whatever we need to do to onboard them is really the time taker there. So that's the nice thing, is the integration is rock solid. We've yet to find someone that says, "Hey, this doesn't look right," because the data is the data. Now I've said that, I got to knock on wood, and the next customer is going to cause a whole bunch of issues maybe. But
Amy's going to come up with something right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very rock solid process.
And that's the value of running a pre-integrated playbook, and that's something that the GLDS Partnership Network does. That first time you go through that with the customer, the way that we build and look at our development is we're trying to capture 95% of all the use cases an operator would have, whether that's a fiber provisioning interface, a voice provisioning interface, or a billing partner interface. We want to make sure that we're working with the market, what the market needs, what they're going to use, and then try to capture 95% of those use cases the first time through, so that the first customer gives us the feedback that, yes, this works very, very well. We build that playbook, and then our partnership turn-up process, it helps accelerate the time to market. Not only from a fast conversion like you experienced, Amy, but also a fast turn-up on a partner interface. That means that you're out installing ONUs at customers faster than perhaps before. And plus, the automation drives back a lot of cost savings for you guys, or hours spent on the phone, and self-care features that we have together with it, but accelerated speed for your technicians. And with the partnership that you have and the pre-integrated solutions, from what you did before, how that was a cost savings benefit for man hours to not go in the different disparate systems. But do you have a sense of the pace of like how many installs a month you do overall?
I do have a sense of that because we have another integration with DirectWorks where they provide a dashboard with lots of great operational statistics. We have gone from having 3 main install techs to having 8 because of the increase in the ability, because of the integrations and the ease of use to do automation and provisioning. The um, the technicians, well, in addition to the technicians having better automation or having automation at all, is also that with GLDS, we've been able to provide a customer portal to order online, and we didn't have that before. And that has increased our business incredibly. It's very easy for the customer to go online and sign up for whatever services they need. Um, that's all automated. It goes into, they can schedule their installation at that time. It's all of it directly into BroadHub for dispatching, billing, etc. We just this week um, hit 20,000 subscribers. Um, the city of Fort Collins, well, our serviceable area is about 90,000, so we got a few more to go, but um, and that is incredible. We started out when we implemented GLDS, we had about 3,000 subscribers. So over the last couple of years, we have grown exponentially and easily because of the support of these partners.
I love hearing that. You're making my Friday, Amy. That's
Yay!
really kind. The feedback that keeps us going from through all the days where we're rallying behind the scenes with emails to each other about how to schedule and coordinate all the resources it takes to stand somebody up like you, to hear the success that Fort Collins has had by the industry standing next to you and working together in partnership through GLDS and their partner network.
Yeah.
What
One thing that
residents? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, one thing that I really like about working with GLDS is how they listen to customer needs. There's a, I guess, user group kind of portal and a wish list that customers can participate in, and it's really been brilliant to see how GLDS responds to that and um, brings in new features and functionality based on their customer needs.
And hopefully the integration partners are all doing that as well. I mean, think about that synergy. Not only is the platform itself accelerating through reiterations to make it better and better, but the integrations are getting better as well.
We really don't want, the philosophy from the GLDS side is not one custom install per customer. We want to make sure that functionality is built in for every operator. And that's why we do that kind of crowdsourced development. We've done it for years at Users Group, where they used to pass around, and we still do, to a certain extent, vote in room. But that portal online has allowed that ideation for what's important. Everyone gets a voice on it. It's crowdsourced, voted up, kind of like Reddit, right? Like it just bubbles up to the top. The ones with the most votes go to the front of the line for the dev queue. But it's really cool to see all the customers, even calling and texting each other, like, "Hey, vote for my feature. This impacts me too," right?
Yeah.
Because with 80 partners and a significant number of operators throughout the world, we can't build everything. So this is why being a BAM is such a useful experience, because you get to talk into the life of the product, learn from other operators, but it allows us to prioritize online through our roadmap and ideation. I hope more partners would do that. I know that there are some out there that do their development this way too. That's pretty large.
If I could,
Yeah, you make a good point about the partnership that we've developed with other operators. I have on speed dial 5 or 6 different operators over in the United States that I talk to regularly about how they're doing something how they've solved a particular problem. Uh, that's one of the things I love most about the BroadHub annual meetup is making those connections and building these relationships with other operators. And I mean, they are certainly partners as well, how we work together outside of the conference.
I call it the family because it's been a sense of community that I've had for nearly 20 years. In the broadband space that came through DLDS and different partnerships and different integrations. As I work with them for the last 20 years, I've had an opportunity to work with so many different partners over in space, even the DLDS system. But it really, BroadHub is about a sense of community and operators helping operators and partners helping operators.
Yeah, you really see it come to life. You really see it come to life at BAM. It's a really high energy, and you know these little. It's wonderful to see all the little side groups that people who've never met before. All of a sudden, yeah, I want to talk to you. How did you? Da, 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 da. And then the wish list comes up at the end, right? And you can see how those conversations influenced it, right. Well, listen, everybody, I really appreciate your time and input and wisdom and experience. This has been awesome. I'd like to wrap it up just by saying, finish this sentence. For me, integrations equals blank.
For me, go ahead.
Go ahead.
For me, integrations offer opportunity. They give an opportunity for an operator to be able to be efficient, to be more automated, to make it more enjoyable for their team to work together in a way that might not have been possible if you're trying to do a lot of manual process. And that affects the whole ecosystem of the company. When a product like ours is at the central nerves of a company's operations, that's the way I look at it personally. Amy?
To me, integration equals growth. It allows automation and availability to our team to easily serve our customers and easily attract other customers.
Nice.
And I'll say integrations equal great partnerships. I just say that because I think without integrations, you've got a lot of different vendors and different parts of a solution that would never otherwise talk to each other. Even if it's somewhat one way, that's better than a no-way communication of how something integrates and talks with each other. So I think it really helps bring good partnerships to deliver that final solution to the operator, but also to those end customers.
Nice. And for me, I'd say integration equals scalability, both as an integrated partner, but also for our actual customers. And that's so important right now in this moment in time. Again, thank you.
The whole world is trying to get connected, and in particular,
Yes.
seeing it in the U.S. where there's lots of installs happening every single month.
Oh yeah, a lot. Thank you again. Look forward to seeing everybody in May. Just a couple weeks away now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, happy Friday.
happy Friday, everybody.